enter into cardinal things. When you're doing your everyday chores, that's just your natural things. But how am I ever be in the spirit? And all day long I gotta do this and I gotta do that. Well, no, you doing your natural things. That ain't got nothing to do with your spirit. Because you can meditate while you work. The world said whistle while you work. And then they came back and said whistle while you twerk. So it shows that you can do two things at one time. That means that you can pray and wash dishes. Amen. You can pray and wash clothes. Amen. The Bible told man, pray without ceasing. That means that you can pray while you eating. You can pray while you bathing. You can pray while you driving your route. You can pray while you picking up your parts. There's no excuse for not praying and continuing in spiritual things. But we think that every time we start doing something else, we have to stop doing God. Man, I can't do God all day. I got to work. Yes, you can. You can still do it. Because you can meditate on sermons all while you're doing things. Oh, you know, no, I can't. No, I can't. Well, how is it that you sit at your desk and you daydream about Brother Bobo? Or you drive down the street and have a vision of Mustang Sally? So how is it that you can have a thought about other natural things while you work, but you act like when it come down to having a thought about God, you got to be in a quiet room with all the lights out and nobody make a sound? Amen. That's the only way you can touch God. Everybody is quiet. Man, come on. Now you got to realize that they was praying in the marketplace. You got to realize that they were praying in a hostile environment. Come on, you had Paul and Silas that was praying in jail. Come on, you can't tell me that they had to have a quiet place. No. What I was saying that the urge to do God exceeded the noise that was surrounding them. The urge to do God made them have atmosphere control to the point when they start praying, everybody shut up. Amen. God. Come on now. See, you talking to a man who's been incarcerated before. So I know how it is to be in a cell where everybody raising hell, and you crank up prayer, and the whole atmosphere shift. Amen. Come on. When I got there, they didn't have nothing. They didn't have a TV. Their phone privilege was gone. They couldn't even. They were working on not even being able to get their little store. You know, they the commissary. They couldn't. They were working on getting that took. But when God came into the building, God began to pray, and the atmosphere began to shift. Amen. By the time I left, they had their TV back. They had their phone privileges, and the man on the speaker, who we never see, who was the God, he began to say, because the first time that I croaked up prayer out in the open, he said, I don't know why you pray. He got on the speaker. He said, I don't know why you out there praying. This is the worst part that we got. And we done had many preachers in here. It ain't going to do no good. At that time, I wasn't even no preacher. By the time I got ready to leave, he said, man, I done seen a complete change. The fighting stopped. They're beating up and killing one another stopped. And everybody in there, when it was prayer time, they shut it down. Cut the TV off. Everything went out. Come on now. And you can't pray. I can't pray because people doing this and people doing that. If you pray for real, they'll stop. But you'll like to exercise your mouth instead of your prayer. So you think that praying is opening your mouth. No, praying is opening your heart. See, everybody got prayer jacked up. Amen. So we find out that people will not pray, but they'll just sit there and talk. Because one, they don't believe what they say. I guess I'll go down the aisle since I'm down. That ain't even got anything to do with you, but I'm going down the aisle. Because the reason why I tell you that you do a lot of talking instead of a lot of praying, because praying is the ability to believe to the point where you can let it go. You can always tell that you're not praying when you still get up and try to do something yourself about it. When you still get up worrying about it, thinking about it, being immobilized by it. But when you pray for real, it gives you the ability to leave it because you believe that your prayer has been heard and that God is en route. Amen. That's why the fervent, effectual prayers of a righteous man avail much. It ain't the cowardly, the cowardly, faithless prayers of a righteous man that avail much. But it's the fervent, effectual prayers. The one thing that you cannot do, you cannot talk a good talk, but then get up and can't walk what you have already taught. Amen. He said that they will mind the things of the flesh. The flesh have a being of its own and desires of its own and movements of its own and attributes of its own. When you look up the attributes of the flesh, you will find all types of sinful or spiritual deviant behaviors, and you'll find out that you will begin to see death. The flesh has a character of death. The spirit has a character of life. He began to say, tell my people that the element of an individual that feels, but also that think because they think that they're sick. They will begin to have